I want to read one of these articles from the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People. Um, yeah, the preamble. It say affirming that indigenous people are equal in dignity and rights to all other people. So we equal to all other people. We equal to all other people, and nobody's below us, and everybody have birthrights. Birthrights, and everybody have a nationality that was gifted through them via the Most High. When they come back into nature and they come back into themselves, while recognizing the rights of indigenous people to be different, to consider themselves different, and to be respected as such. So we have to be respected. We have to be respectable. We have to respect ourselves and honor our mothers and our fathers, that our days may be longer. Because like when you honor, like when there's no honor, you step into dishonor, and you go into the silent mode. Silent mode. That's what it's like. You getting submissive, or you getting cold hearted when somebody come to you. Come to you I mean with with color of law, or with backwards law, and you become silent. You become silent, or they call that tacit acquiescence, and the jurisdiction is assumed. Placed on any person that that's just like us. Like they say that. Somebody say that they black. Somebody say that they black. Then they don't challenge and they stand. Just like somebody said that they U.S. citizen, even if they not, that's secured by the Constitution. By the U.S. Constitution, or the original 13 Amendments, Section 12, which is say like the citizens of Africans can never be a U.S. citizen. But like if they don't know that, and if they don't challenge it, it stands. International law. So like it's all about like you present yourself, then we'll be recognized as such when we come back into to the ancestral fold, or the fold photons of light, which is international law, and you get protected by our creators, because we following. Because like all. It said like it's come from divine law, nature's God, Declaration of Independence. So it all comes from like the breath of life as it came down, because that's God's law. That's God's law to knock. Shooting like the government, the so-called government officials is limited because they public trustees. They public trustees, but they public officers. And the UCC codes and all the UCC codes and statutes and regulations only for them as obligations and duties to preserving the rights of the people. And with every law, statute, or ordinance, it's always remedies. For that. That's going back to preserving the rights of the people. But it's certain laws under color of law. But like it's always remedies under United States law as well, because like it's preserving, but you have to know it. But you have to know it because everywhere everywhere, like with the color law, chaos is always certain spots. Always certain spots that you could look for to define greatness, or define remedy. Like just like yeah, we see a whole lot of evil in this world, but we already know that's righteous in this. Righteous in this world. In this world. That's happened. That's happened on the inside out. Probably we already know. But it's not public. That's what's like everybody doing it. But it's only a few spots. Spots doing it. So like that's the same thing. That's what like with remedy. It ain't gonna be all in the open. It ain't gonna be all in the open. It's gonna be color of law, like different things to distract you for the truth. And like so you won't dig deeper. So you get unmotivated and say, "Oh shoot, fuck it, shoot." Fuck it, it's too much. Then you go to tacit acquiescence, which is deliberately giving up your birthrights, where you don't challenge the jurisdiction, or you don't challenge something that somebody put on you. So I wanted to talk about that. Then like one because it's international law dealing with the law of the land versus color. Color of law, color of art. And okay. It's like part one, Article 6. Indigenous people have the collective right to live in the freedom, peace, and security as distinct people, and to full guaranteed against genocide. Full guaranteed. So that's for security, preserving the rights against genocide. Genocide, so we can sue these bastards for putting poison to pork into the food. That's scientifically proven to alter the DNA strands. Uh, then say or any other act of violence. any act of violence. So like all these people or all this all these people are operating off a color of law. We have to go after their bonds. We have to go after their bonds because like everybody, every government official that swore an oath, they have to have a bond as a surety bond or insurance bond, just in case if they harm somebody in the process of their duties. The injured party or the corpus delicti will get reimbursed. That's why like when when you get pulled over, stop, and they unlawfully arrest you, they give you a docket. They give you a docket number because because like you, they really register you on their dock or on their ship or on their ship. On their ship. The judge is like just like the magistrate or the magistrate is a auction. It's an auction block. Just like the bailiff. The bailiff. The prosecutor, all of them is officers of the court. All of them, she like is obligated to the crown. The crown in Queen Elizabeth II and the Jesuits. All of them is officers of the court. They is not preserving. They is not for preserving the rights of the people. But at the same time, when we speak up as far as like knowing what our birthrights are, we put them in the. We put them in the in the character to preserve our rights because like a whole lot of people haven't spoke up about what they what their rights is and what their rights are dealing with like nationality and birthrights and knowing about like we are Moors and we aboriginal to this territorial landmass in different jurisdictions. Then when we invoke that since they swore an oath, they have to preserve our birthrights if we know it. But if we don't, they can still use color of law, color of art. Without we costing them or putting claims and putting liens on their property or their estate because they causing us harm, financial crisis dealing with they forceful demanding fees and financing certain things from you that's inhibiting you. So you have a right. To write a bill before you even get going to the courtroom anyway or the tribunal, because they don't even have jurisdiction. But you have to file that on paper as special appearance before you even go. Go into that courtroom because they tribunals, but it's all about they code of ethics, they law enforcement code of ethics. It's all about their code of ethics, and like the code of ethics said, my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard life and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against obsession or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all man to liberty, equality, and justice. That's all we know. That's all we need to know as far as like preserving our rights. So they already swore an oath. Everybody that's claiming to be policy enforcement, they already swore an oath to preserve the rights of the people. Rights of the people, and it's on record. And if they have it on record, that means they're obligated. Anyway, we just have to speak up to make the contract mutual or active, because we haven't been active in our judicial capacity, in our sovereign and national capacity. That's why we have they've been robbing us colorably blind because because we haven't checked them. We haven't checked them. Just like a child. She like It's like a child. Destroying the builder blocks and destroying all of the play area. But like you say, oh, stop doing this, stop doing this. Stop doing this. He gonna stop for a little bit, but but day after day he probably get worse and worse at doing the same things, because we haven't checked them. And bluntly and directly, shoot, to tell them that what they doing is wrong, and what their obligations and duties is to do business on our land, and if to even to be on our land, they have to be obligated, and they have to preserve the rights of the people. But if they don't, if they don't, she like had to sue them. She like, especially she like if they if they causing us harm, if they causing us delay of traffic, delay of fundamental rights, and really going against the preserving in the mobility of our people that's secured by the Constitution, because like we supposed to be free to as free citizen, as free sovereign beings, flesh and blood beings, Class A citizens. Class A citizens to move to the district or the nation state to nation state, not to corporation, but territorial nation states to nation states freely. Then with the Articles of Confederation, 1776, Article 8. Article 8. So like, yeah, it's all about preserving the rights, and that's what like international. And when we notice, and we come to the fold, fold of knowing who we are and knowing who our birthright is, and we have to be healthy. Because it's all about like because like as soon as you get healthy, your whole being changes. You will absorb this information in these photons from the sun, the light, and the crystalline light from all of the fruits and vegetables to the point that that it will enhance your being. Then when you intake this spiritual light, or like these laws from the Most High, or from the Most High, the constitutional and treaty immunity rights, dealing with our birthrights, will be exempt or immune from all beasts or color of law entities or parasites that's on this lower dimensional realm, because we operate from the spirit from what this law come from, which is the fifth dimensional realm, or like the realm of Malakut, or the realm of Lahut. Which is the realm of the Elohims, and the realm of the Most Highs. We in the realm of Malakut. Which is the realm of like the human being vessels, which is the dense matter. But but once we get back into the spirit, and getting back into like ourself in international law, and then international course, will be in tune with our inner national, because national or Nasi, and Nasi in Latin means birth or born. Will be reborn within. We'll be reborn within with our Christ like with our crystallized being when we become pure, and get back into international law and international birthrights. Of the indigenous tribes, and the nation states of all civilization, and coming back into our birthrights, and coming back into the kingdom of the Most High, following the Most High's laws only, and no color of law, no beast shit. That's why like the Most High said, come out of her. She in Revelations 19:18. She would say, come out of her. A whole lot of people drunk the filthy wine of her fornication. Got drunk on the legalities and all of like the color of art, or the color bullshit, accepting these classifications. Classification that was made up by German scientists. German scientists to dumb the people down and put them in caste system or class systems. To classify certain brands or chattel group of people, dealing with phenotype, facial features. And skin tone. To put them in a box. And get them out of the national standpoint, and put them back into the individual. And when you individual, you divide, you divide yourself up into whole. Into little bitty pieces. You don't come back whole as an international, in a nation, as a community or a unity. And when you unit, when you un or you triune, it becomes one. It becomes one. It starts flowing. Flowing amongst each other, and together. Then like when multiple people as nations come together, we can get reparation. We can repair. Or we can repair a grand body as a whole, because it's a whole lot of energy or life force coming from that mass group of like minds. And all national, and all in their diplomatic status, and know their birthrights, and know who they are. And that's what's like the higher self. The higher self. The emotional body, and the lower self, because it's all about coming back into inside the international. The international will be protected from the inner nations, or the international pyramids. Within ourselves, within our brain, and within our whole biological system. Then like we'll be protected from the spirit. The spirit of life, or the breath of life, which the laws of the Most High come from. When we come back into birthrights, nationality, and knowing what everything means, dealing with ion nations, nationhood, and nation building, and different sovereignty, and constitutional supreme law of the land that applies to us as preserving the rights of the people. But like we've been so conditioned to backwards be shit that that like we bring certain sins to our vessel. to our vessel because like we going against the Most High laws or the Most High's divine footprints or layers dealing with nationality that that they brought back to the people. That's why that's why certain most of these bullshit leaders they always calling people black even if they know that we Moors that we know that we Moroccans and know that this territorial landmass is Morocco. Morocco, Al Morocco. Societas Americanos and people the Al Maghreb. And people be thinking this. It's United States, and people all. Steady calling out people black instead of Moors, instead of melanated. Aboriginal beings going getting over. Getting over to protected under international law or international sovereignty, and they is not not a part of a nation. It's like a tree that's not. It's like a plant. It's like a whole lot of plants in a garden, whole lot of plants in the garden. She like in all of these plants the same, all these plants the same genetics and everything, and and when they grow together, they as they grow higher and higher, and they level of vibration coming in towards the sun, they connect with the roots, and the roots bond together as well as like giving more information to the whole biological system as a whole, so that so they can grow into international principle. Then when they get their life force within them, they can overtake and they can spread. They can spread as far as making building shoot as bartering as far as like they own nation. Own nation as far as like being industrious and supplying shoot upon to any other nations. Then like the other plant that's over there that's growing by itself, and get attacked by parasites. It could get attacked by demons or the gods of the lesser light, because they ain't protected or ain't surrounded by other people with that same life force to protect them as far as like the aura glow merge from the inner roots to the outer sun that we heading into. So like it's by itself, it's individual, and that's what the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 and the IMF, shoot, like in the Social Security Administration, did. They took people out of the nationhood, shoot, like Class A citizen, and put them in the individual status, and that's how they started taxing or axing people off and cutting the head off. Shoot, so like with that bond. She like that's why they want the Social Security, because like it deals with the trust and deals with the bond, and bond. She like the birth certificate worth $6 million, and about time she like retired, it worth $6 billion. $6 billion. That's how much you made for the Rothschilds, the Windsors, and the Jesuit militia. That's that's of the gods of the lesser light, of the backwards law or the beast the beast that you follow, instead of getting immune or exempt by coming back into self, coming back into international Moorish divine human rights law, or man. Being a man. Humanitarian. But a whole lot of people don't have no hue. They dark and shit, like they dormant within their own self. That's why like when coming to this knowledge, when coming to like this whole ancestral map of of wisdom, you have to be pure inside. You have to be pure within your soul. Then when you become pure within your soul, you can expand outward. You can expand outward. And reach to certain photons of light, or like different different beings that's connect, because like you on that wavelength, as well as like to open your body or your mind to like different ancestral beings, so it's going to open you even more to different absorption of information. So like that's why like because like it's because like the fruits and vegetables come from the all, come from space, because we in space is spacious, and that's why our vessel should like supposed to be younger and younger, and she like when we eat the fruits and vegetables, when we eat the fruits and vegetables, like it really build our body up, to take the light of our soul, should like in this vessel. And if we don't eat righteously, and if we don't eat foods with electricity, well, we dry out. We dry out because our soul should like it spans outwardly. From the solar plexus. That's the lower brain. That's the lower brain where parasites attack on a lower level. That's the dense animal level, the instinct. Through the breath, shoot like through the breath. That's the instinct. Through the breath, shoot like that's the animal nature. That's the animal nature. If you operate in that half, and you can have parasites attached to the lower half. That's why all of the foods go to the stomach. Go to the stomach. You can have stomach parasites. From that as well to weigh you down to drive your will or your solar Leo. Leo, the heart. The lion, the solar. The solar plexus. It weakens it down and they destroy your light, dealing with the lower parasites. Coming into the higher self and the higher brain frequency of thinking. When you raise your lower your lower half, like dealing with your dealing with your lower Eden. Your lower Eden to your higher ways. And that's why, like, when you when you eat. When you eat, you have to eat shoot like light foods, because if you eat parasitic dead flesh, your body is not gonna take the light that's emitted from the soul, or emitted from like the internal soul that's within you. If that's not possible, your body is not gonna be able to take the soul that's within your vessel. So like some of your soul or your photons leave out your body. That's why it's so most important to cover your head. That's why a whole lot of people get older. Get older. She like younger. They're younger. It's a whole lot of people that's 25, 26. They look to like 30, 35, 36, 40. You know why? Because they ain't containing a vessel. They ain't containing a vessel, right? And they ain't eating properly, or electricity. Electricity ain't keeping themselves properly covered. So like all of the radius lights that coming from the pores, it won't explode out, or as far as like emit out your body. Greater. Greater when you cover up. When you have everything contained, especially like your dome. You have things contained within your vessel, just like just like a mason glass. When you put fruits in there, fruits in there, you tighten it tight. You tighten it tight with no air. Or with no air, you preserve it. You preserve and it'll last more longer. The same thing is like when you cover your hair, like you'll last more longer within your vessel, within your shell, when it's DNA upgrade, change, on the planet, because you'll be able to cope, with the energy for photons within the light building within your soul, and your body can take it, because like you eating from Gaia, you eating from Earth, and you eating from like the solar soul within the Earth. That's feeding your soul. And when it feed your soul, like it regenerate your cells every 28 to 35 days of light, dealing with the moon cycle, dealing with different days, and different days, and your whole face will change. You will morphosize in an ancestral shell, and you will be one with your creator. You will look like like the ancestors that you was in the past, because like you merging with your ancestral light, or your light self. Your light self, as well as like being one with your container, being one with your soul, being one with your soul, or being one with your container. When you eat right, then when you be one with your container, you can study international law, and it won't be too complex for you, because like it's because you came back into your root, your common sense, your common ancestral field, or wave of ancestral light. Ancestral light. And you upgraded your citizenship, as far as being a property of Rome, to property of the Most High, to property of Rome, to a beneficiary of the Most High. From paying taxes on property to owning. Your inheritance, or your land, or your land through your real estate. Your real estate trust. Your trust, because like we all have trust, and we worth millions. If we know who we are, and if we claim our fictitious name with our national name, that means we claim that bond that worth billions. So everything is prepaid for us when you come back into nationality. But like, you have to be right, you have to be exact in order to get that inheritance back, because like you can't rush into perfection. You can't rush to perfection. It's like a cucumber vine. I mean, you don't make them vines. I mean, you don't make them little cucumbers overnight. Shoot, I mean, it takes time. It takes hours. It take the moon energy. It takes the sun energy. It takes you like molding. I mean, to a certain vessel or to a certain wave of frequency in order to build or to bud. I mean, the fruit or to give like the fruit of life to the people or back to to the solar rays and to the earth. The same way as far as like getting. I mean, getting grounded first to the earth, getting grounded first to the earth is you ain't knowing who you are. I mean, then like getting back into international law, nationality, and birthrights, proclamations, nationality, declaration of status. I mean, through witnesses. I mean, through wit, because like because it's all about ritual. It's all about the ritual. That's why you need witnesses, because like that's to gain or to put to put more soul within your writ or your ritual, as far as like witnesses, people saying and knowing of a like mind as witnesses to your writ. So it's gonna make it stronger, dealing with like the signature or the blood or the flesh and blood being that's party to that. That's party to that matter. So it make it stronger. Just like in the color of law, the color of law world, majority of these people, majority of people gave this beast so much power that they abuse their authority, and they think that they have true authority over the territorial landmass and over majority of the people, which they do, but only, what we allow them to get allowed to give to them. If we step into the true authority and the true government in our proper status and our proper standing, proclaiming and stepping, saying, I am Coremour Luel Bey, in propria persona, sui juris. I do not ban and waive my rights, inalienable and unalienable. I will not make a plea before this court, because the court has failed to put into the record, dealing with the code of ethics, the code of honor, and your sworn oath to uphold and preserve my rights. Enter that into the record, and let me see your nationality card, and your nationality card, to even give you the judicial power to even see about this matter, dealing with a flesh and blood being. Because if you have a bar association card, that mean you obligated to the bar, or to the bar, or to the crown, to Queen Elizabeth II, and she, like all of the Jesuit militias that's killing the people under color of law, color of authority, color of office falsely. Under the authority of Satan. But Satan, she will get his authority from the Most High, because really, she like she like Satan' mission is to prove to the Most High that these souls down here is not worthy for eternal life. So all these distractions out here going on to prove, to see of the people should like that, that's down here, or like as well, like people that's down here to come into their ways to gain a more immortality. If they succumb to the evil ways, and if they get consumed by it, that mean they weak soul, and they get thrown to the garbage. But like if you steadfast and you endure to the end, you will be saved. She like Matthew 24:13. So it's all about coming back into self, coming back into international law, and know the difference between color of art and color of authority, and false backwards law, and these so-called government officers that don't have no bonds. Working for these corporate agencies that's chartered you like under the United States Republic shell, to preserve our rights as service companies. But they got into office, and they throw the Constitution out the window. But now it's time for them. They need to get wakey. Wakey, and and they need to get checked, and they will get checked. They will get checked from the true morals. That's true. True morals. That's active, and that's preserving our rights. As a nation. That's what it's like, to check anybody that's going against the rights of the people, because like that's what true morals do. We'll rebuke these bastards. We'll rebuke this beast that's destroying and killing children, and that's locking people up under color of law falsely. Innocent people. Innocent people. She like going to jail or hell. She like feeding them bullshit, feeding all that food. She got pork in it to destroy the soul. Even like Virginia House of Delegates. She like one of the representative Henry something. But he said like if he could stop, all of the light or like the information to come, to come to, the slave mind, and then the slave will be like any beast of the field, be like any beast of the field and won't rebel. So yeah, it's all about the knowledge and the wisdom that they trying to stop from us as far as like internationally. In a galactic light that they trying to stop us from, so we won't get it until ourself and get into our ancestral shell and our ancestral capacity to the point that we will be immune from the beast or from the colonists, because the colonists is all in the colons. It's all about like what you eat, and all parasites and healthy bacteria and bacteria live in the colon, because like that's the lower self, that's the Baals. That's the Baals. That's why they worship the lower bull. The lower brain. That's the Taurus. That's the cerebellum. But they ain't in the cerebrum. The brain, the frontal lobe. But they in the lower half. The lower half. That's why they worship the bull. The lower brain. They worship their lower half. So like that's why it's all about getting back into like international like nationality, and like the Aries, the head. The head, she was all about the eight. The eight, she like the pyramid. Get back into like the iris, the eye, to imagine ourselves out of this hell through international law and the law of the Torah or the Tanakh that came from the Most High. I already know 13, 13, 13. Yeah, I just want to speak about it, like that she like dealing with like the difference between international law and national law. She like and how important it is. How important it is. She like dealing with like anything dealing with like life in the state. Because it's all about coming back into the state, just like status. It's like the status. Okay, the status, the legal relations of individuals to the rest of the community. The rights, duties, capacities, and capacity which determine a person to a given class a legal, personal relationship, not temporary in its nature, nor terminable at the mere will of the parties. So it's not terminable at the will of the parties or the people that's acting as a cutter of law. It's not determined by the purpose of person of a given class. It comes from my creator. And it's like a legal personal relationship, not temporary in its nature. So it's a personal relationship. They say legal, but I say lawful. A lawful personal relationship with our creator, not temporary in its nature, nor terminable at the will of the parties, which third persons in the state are concerned. It also means a state. So the status connects us to the estate. To the estate, the true beneficiary of the land. She like it connects us to the land because it signifies the condition of circumstances in which the one stands with regards of his property. So it's all about private property dealing with status. Cause like if dealing with your status, it depends on like if your regards what stands what one stands with regards to his property. So like your status determine like if your property yours or not. So dealing with the domicile. But like yeah, like it's all about. I'm gonna come back with some more with the nationality and that law. And you already know she like she like man, I love law. I love international law because I love the remedies. And I know she like that's what like I love the truth and I love law. So like the law will come back to me and it will be the Most High will grant me she like a spiritual protection because I'm living. Living. In the law. In the law or in the capacity of the Most High. So I will be immune from all beasts that's destroying humanity and that's killing women and children. They're gonna be dead. Shoot, if they keep going against the rights of the people, especially those that know law. 13, we're immune. Be real, be true. So I can learn law, international law, and know the difference of international law, nationality, and the supreme law of the land, and what governs us, governs the Moors, the Moroccans of the rest. Of the West and different nation states, and everybody have have rights. Rights that's preserved that we already have from birth, and that's preserved by the Constitution. Constitution is the agreement. And this dealing with us. Civil. It could be dealing with civil, but like civil in Latin should mean contract. So like so like because like the Constitution do not interfere with our right to make contract. So if we make contracts to deliberately give up our birthrights, we can do that. But when we do that, international law do not apply to us. National law do not apply to us dealing with the laws of a nation. So because you just deliberately gave up your nationhood, nationhood or your rights unknowingly to traitors or people that's acting administratively and not in a judicial capacity to even see a flesh and blood being or a natural person in full life, solo proprio, in one's own land. We need to go ahead and notice in our heads. So these instruments can start dying and we can operate in our national capacity as a whole. As a whole, shoot, and we still need to start shoot like doing class action suits. Against this beast and knowing it as a whole, shoot, like it coming together. As a celestial body, as a body. They help each other out. So like when we go into court, we go into courtrooms. We don't really shoot. We shouldn't be going to the municipal tribunals anyway. But at the same time, if that stuff happen, we'll have consoles to help us in our regard, and we'll be strengthened. Within our body, because like three witnesses equals law, and you cannot prosecute, you cannot charge somebody under a crime unless it's three witnesses. Leviticus 19, what's that? Leviticus is in Leviticus, but like yeah, it's all coming from God's law, the Most High law. So like that these false governments swore an oath to preserve our rights, but but their authority is limited. Don't allow these beasts to abuse their authority because they authority only come from the Most High, which we gave them to and doing with the piece of friendship that we sanctioned. Shoot, that's a continental flag. Check it out. But like yeah, like that's my little snippet dealing with like international law, and like getting protected. When we come back into the nationhood of international and preserving our rights and loving our ancestral mothers and our fathers, and when we be protected and secured, secured will be sacred. We'll be sacred and we'll sacrifice our temple, because we already know what law is and what governing bodies is. That's why we have organs, because we have to organize, we have to be organized within our whole governing body. Shoot, like our whole body is a government, and so we are the government. We are the government. Shoot, we are law. We are law. Shoot, like these people that's out here that's masquerading as government, them just only public officials that really sole duty is to preserve the rights of the people and to preserve the rights of the flesh and blood beings. But as for like the people that don't know that they flesh and blood beings, they assist to be that all caps corporation, then they could be a fringe on doing like contract law, because like that's an agreement. Because like if they don't have that agreement, they can't act or move. Or they can't move as far as like motion. They trying to put that motion in it. That's why you have to put affidavit of facts. It only can be answered or rebutted. But like yeah, they can't move on you once you know like your rights and what you know as for preserving the customs and duties of ourselves and of our soul. And she was like no ancestral law, no common law and the rights of the people and preserving of our rights and come back into sovereignty, self-sufficiency, entrepreneurship, and all these things that secure ourselves. Then we'll be immune from the colonists or the people that's in the colon, the Baals and the parasites. And we'll be immune from them, and they'll get expelled. From our life, when we come back into nationhood, come back together as a grand body or as a grand organized with our organs. Yeah, but 1313, I am Coremour Luel Bey, in propria persona sui juris. I do not abandon or waive my rights, inalienable and unalienable. I'm a more American national, and solo proprio, and one owns land. And I and preserving my rights, unalienable and unalienable, without prejudice or recourse. Under common law that's secured by the Constitution and treaties. And I am a true Moor. I am not Negro, black, or colored. Never ever. And I'm not a corporation, for the record. And I'm not chattel property. I'm not U.S. property, for the record. I am a true Moor. From the Most High's Elohim, divine, the seams, 1313. I love y'all. Peace. Well, not peace, but because like it ain't about like breaking y'all into pieces, but it's about whole and unity. 131313. I like that even more.